What is up, YouTube? It is Onion Bomb here. Welcome back to another Honkaiimpact third reaction video. Continuing our quest, or my quest, through these animation. I keep forgetting what like the lore ones are called, like Operation Chapter thingies, Operation Center. Yes. And just videos about Honkai, giving me the lore, giving me, the story. And yeah, we are back again. I think this is about the fifth video on this, and there is still looking like plenty more to go. So let us get right back to it. This one is animated short Thus Spoke Apocalypse. Star? Let's get to it. Let's get to it.
本気で世界を変えようとしたとき、人は己の無力さに気づく。聖女は民に全てを捧げた。しかし手にしたのは冷たい手風と荒情だった。世界は混沌としている。それは不公平で。
Oh yeah, this is
不合理
the
だ。
last one we got some sort of trailer, I think. Or it was some called trailer. Otto was
英
walking,
雄は迫害され、
not looking the greatest.
悪は力を増す。醜いものばかりで、美しいものなどない。世界の悪意は悪人が断ち切ろう。
Oh shoot, what's happening? Oh shoot! What? Why? Public hanging. Oh my goodness.
This 彼女と明日までの距離、そして彼女に対する世界の逆襲だ。しかし彼女の信者は決して諦めない。
Dang. We got a three-piece with that one. That's he threw the he threw the sword. Oh, now he's got two. Dude, something is like. Is he like infected with that thing? That is a lot of zombie things. Oh, and now it formed a big one. That's not Kiana, is it? Honestly, call me crazy, but I feel like them individually had a better chance for this big thing. I mean, this big thing does seem like it packs a punch and it is good, but I feel like swarming, like that they had like 500 bodies. I feel like it's easier to like kill one at a time, but I don't know if maybe I'm sleeping on him. Maybe he could have did, but I feel like if you just like dogpiled him, like he couldn't take them all. Now he just has one thing to defeat. I don't know, maybe this is much stronger. Maybe. His weapons thing is pretty cool. Oh, he's got some chains and a cross thing going. Ooh. Ooh. Dang. Oh yeah, that stuff is like absorbing him. That doesn't. Oh no! Oh! What? Oh! Damn! So is this going on like parallel?
人の魂が消えれば復活することはできない。
Ah!
世界は意識が新しい妖形と入ることを許すが、妖気が消えた意識を集めることは許さない。たった一人の彼女を救いたいなら、過去で新たな可能性を作るしかないんだ。これは別の未来。そして
Tree will
彼女の時空だ。
to her. Interesting. Oh. Oh. Oh, now he's falling from the sky. Is he gonna stab the other one? Oh. Oh man.
彼、生きるんだ。
That was so first thing one can Oh, that was Otto, right? I believe. Maybe I was wrong about him. Maybe he's not a stooge. I was, or maybe he came around in the end. I'm not entirely sure, but dang.
Read through the lines, the ebb and flow of the crowd, flood the world and paradise along the path of time. Every night brings a dream, but the day relentlessly keeps me awake. All the rest will be torn up whenever a choice is made. Everyone has their own desire, leading to the ultimate. Life is too long to end.
Dang.
Just a drop of water suffices. Still I wish to embrace the road with my thoughts. And you
Oh, we're once again starting it off very strong. Very nice music once again. So Rip Otto. I know in some of the past, like literally just last two episodes, at least from what I was understanding, maybe I was misunderstanding some things. It seemed like Otto was almost like a bad guy, and he was like a stooge. I think he's the one who I think he was like leading to like kidnap Kiana that one time, and he had like a clone. I think so. They got his clones. I don't know. Maybe he just came around in the end. I don't know. That was or maybe he was a bad guy, but like that's just like not something I should be like feeling bad for. But I'm feeling bad for it, to be honest. Okay, so this next one, actually, I should probably shut up and just watch. Because this next one is another Honkai Chronicles, and it says Otto Apocalypse. So how about maybe this is going to explain a bit for me? Maybe this is going to explain.
Life is but a walking shadow, a clumsy actor gesturing on the stage, who only appears briefly and steps off in silence. Otto Apocalypse, the most pathetic fool alive.
Oh, dang.
He is the revered Schicksal Overseer. He is a corrupt, bigoted clown.
Okay.
Over centuries, he once sacrificed lives beyond count for his selfish desires,
Okay.
but also overthrew a decadent reign with people's support. He treated humans as pawns and trampled the value of emotion and life.
So.
But treasured Valkyries at the front line
We're looking
and
like
prayed for their
Stooge?
triumphant return. Commitment and betrayal, friend and foe, truth and lies. No one has ever seen through him, but to Otto himself, his actions only served one purpose. It all began in an afternoon 500 years ago.
500 years ago. Not quite the
Though
50,000
Otto was
or
born
so.
in the three houses, he was frail and sickly. He could only craft whimsical inventions, which naturally deprived him of inheritance. His older brothers detested his effort at self-destruction, but no one noticed his inner needs and desires. It was then that a white-haired, blue-eyed girl brightened Otto's cold and dull heart like a ray of sunshine. She praised Otto's work sincerely, expected great inventions from him, and invited him to save the world with her. For the first time in
So
his
that
life,
was a young Otto. I thought
Otto
that was
felt
like another
recognized.
girl.
He
in the
could be
end.
expected. He could be needed.
Damn.
Since
That makes
that
it even
faraway afternoon,
more sadder.
everything he did has gained meaning because of her validation. But the twisted fate would not spare them. The rampant plague and the failed crusade tore the prosperity they lived in apart. Power and force were the perfect fuel for greed, turning a shaky faith into the breeding ground for degeneracy. In the turmoil, the lives of the two reached a turning point. Fearing abandonment, Otto chose to disregard ethics and performed experiments on dying patients. He sought findings at all costs. Callan, who could not condone his crime, became a raven at night to spread hope and enact the justice in her heart. But lies were lies.
So that's Callan.
After many operations,
Okay.
Callan discovered the secrets of the human experiments, and Otto exposed himself at the last minute. Before the infinite greed of Schicksal, individual will was nothing. Callan was imprisoned.
So it's not. I see it may be a little bit complex of a character, maybe, or at least we definitely some stooginess, but maybe at the came around at the end kind of vibe. Definitely some skeletons in the closet for sure.
The cold bars separated the two that were once childhood friends. yet their minds had already drifted further apart. To Callan, the dignity of life was what she had sworn to defend. To Otto, morality and ethics were only prices to be paid. A loud slap and a conflict of beliefs sent them on completely different paths. Otto knew that in no way could he stop Callan. He accepted it and helped her escape in silence. After everything settled, Otto was given the key to the library. Although Void Archives used the index permission as a bait in an attempt to possess Otto, Otto did not fall for it. He developed technology with pieces of knowledge, and thus a game that would last centuries began. In the days that followed, Otto searched for Callan while continuing his research and experiments. When he heard Callan was in danger in Yai village, he immediately had Oath of Judah delivered, but not the response letter that spoke his loving heart. Meanwhile, Callan sealed the Hersher of corruption in the black box with Oath of Judah, but was severely wounded. She was taken back to Europe by Schicksal for a trial. Callan was faithful and refused to sacrifice for family feuds, and thus was sentenced to hanging. Otto tried everything he could, but it was futile before the church's will. On the day of execution, the desperate Otto released Honkai Beast on the execution ground. He planned to take Callan amid the chaos, but he underestimated Callan's resolve. In the end, Callan lost her life when protecting the people. Losing the love of his life painted Otto's world gray again. Resentful, he chased after Callan's shadow. He tried to give this sad story a happy ending as she would have wanted. He sounded the horn of revolution with his wisdom and cleansed the remaining evil with his hands. People sang his accomplishments and soldiers admired his resourcefulness. As cheers of victory echoed through the silent church, Otto could not help but ask himself if this was enough. In the centuries that followed, the hole inside Otto was still agape. The only way to mend it was to revive the love of his life and the holy maid of the people, Callan Kaslana.
Callan Castellana,
In 1496,
yeah. Okay, so that's the same thing as Kiana Castellana. They're both, they're both like sisters, or like made from the same, you know. Interesting. Very interesting.
Otto had no choice but to travel to Shenzhou.
And I like getting that like more like explanation and context like right after the animation. That was pretty pretty nice.
Legendary Master Phoenix for a chance to revive Callan. He met the fledgling swordswoman Li Sushang and found the reborn Fu Hua. But to his surprise, even an immortal celestial had regrets and could not bring back departed souls. In the end, Otto and Fu Hua made a pact. Schicksal would protect Shenzhou in the powerless Fu Hua's place, and Fu Hua would serve Schicksal as a Valkyrie.
Oh, Fu Hua.
In 1952, the first Honkai eruption broke out.
Otto.
Schicksal captured the amnesiac first Hersher and performed 3 years worth of serial experiments on him, which yielded nothing.
3 years
Otto even
experiments
approached him
is
in
wild.
person to persuade him into succeeding to the Schicksal Overseer, but failed. To eliminate risks, Otto decided to wipe out the North American branch that was about to discover Schicksal's ugly truth. He launched Honkai fission missiles at New York, where tens of millions lived. Heroes defending freedom and justice stepped forward and crushed Otto's scheme at the cost of their lives. This led to the independence of anti-entropy. This failure taught Otto to take hold of the power to retaliate Honkai, which led to the Clone Project and the Artificial Stigma Project. In 1972, Otto began running forbidden clone experiments in the hope of reviving Callan, but the results were not satisfactory. After injecting the cells of Honkai beast Vishnu, the first living batch of Callan clones was born. Otto made them fight one another to death at the end of the survival test. Only the individual numbered A310 rejected this absurd order. Her kindness in valuing life and her courage to defy her maker shocked Otto. He took A310 into his family and named her Teresa Apocalypse.
Teresa.
Meanwhile, Otto established the Tower of Babylon laboratory to study artificial stigmata. Countless gifted children were taken from their parents and subjected to inhumane experiments day and night. Insurmountable suffering and hatred against humanity nourished these Honkai vessels. At last, Siren, the second Herrscher, was born. Otto mustered Valkyrie troops to subdue the Herrscher, dived into her sentience with the help of Fuhua, and received revelation from the will of Honkai. After many great sacrifices were made, Otto gave the order to launch Honkai fission missiles at Siberia, to bury the truth deep beneath the scorched snowfield.
Okay, so yeah, Otto has had some spouts of evilness, kind of. He's trying to revive Callan, and I don't know. It's like a mixed complex
Otto's resurrection project
character,
gradually took
if
shape
you will.
due to the guidance from above. For several years, Otto tried to create the most promising clone with Kiana Kaslana and Siren's genes for the second Herrscher to possess upon return. He transplanted the core of the second Herrscher to the test subject numbered K423. The longing for Cecilia gave her life. After being taken to Saint Freya by Himeko, the love she felt and the bond she made helped her learn to love this world and those around her. Watching Kiana move along the path he designed, Otto knew when she began to believe she would never be alone was when he could advance the plan. In the illusory Tower of Babylon, the girl's despair and longing for motherly love facilitated the Herrscher persona's awakening. Fuhua took her back to Schicksal. The experiment pod confined her once again. Facing the pod, Otto's eyes only showed a hunger for the Herrscher of the Void's power. As Otto injected enormous Honkai energy into K423, Herrscher of the Void returned. Otto saved the dying Fuhua and told her his plan. Looking into Fuhua's furious eyes, Otto paused for a short yet long moment and pulled the trigger. Everything went according to his plan. Himeko burned up herself to tear through Siren's will. Kiana's sentience returned to the body of the Herrscher. To obtain a Herrscher of the Void
So
who
this
could
was always
command
planned?
the power with human will, Otto trampled emotions and disregarded lives. Otto believed that love and emotional bonds could evoke miracles, but he never respected nor honored them. So far, Callan's revival was only missing a key: Cosmic Juggernaut's beacon. Previously, to reach the imaginary tree that governed how worlds worked, Schicksal cracked the legend of King Arthur and found the key of infinity that offered space travel in the River Thames, but it was incomplete. Durandal passed Pioneer Sue's test by chance and received information and experience as numerous as sand grains in the Ganges. To complete Cosmic Juggernaut, Otto struck a deal with World Serpent's leader. He traded Void Archives for Cosmic Juggernaut's beacon. When the Herrscher of Dominance and Hyperion were locked in battle, he took the Theater of Domination and thousands of cores in secret.
The Theater of Domination.
At last, the fully prepared Otto returned to the beginning. Kolisten, where Schicksal's blood and tears were buried. It would become the end of his long journey. On the other side of the stage, Valkyries had readied themselves as well. Teresa would succeed as the Schicksal Overseer and lead the newborn Schicksal toward a bright future. Bronya would shoulder the weight of the Welt name, for the Herrscher of Reason's path had stretched to her. Fuhua concluded a feud that spanned centuries, so she could embrace yesterday as a human and open the door to tomorrow. Kiana broke free from the shackles of fate and created a trail of flames that would guide them forward with her friends. Durandal broke through the barrier of Kaslana and earned a new heritage that only belonged to her. Valkyries were eager to settle accounts with Otto. Indeed, they won. Their crushing victory was a heavy blow to Otto. What they did not know was that their growth, their resolve,
So they were
and
fighting
even
Otto.
the joy of winning were also part of Otto's plan.
Oh, but he just
What he
all
planned
part of
for
the
in
plan.
the past 500 years was but a bargaining chip to attain death and a new life. After being defeated by Valkyries, Otto broke free from Imaginary's control momentarily. He
So, like, two
imbued the
things were
world's
going on at
wedge
once
with
last
all
time.
the false gods' power to create infinite possibilities for Callan. As Otto left his last message, his sentience finally dissipated in the still time-space.
Or he went back in time there, I think?
To different people, Otto perhaps means different things. But to Otto himself, all rights and wrongs are transient. He has attained eternal peace. His life as a fool is finally over.
Dang. Well, definitely gave me a lot more information about Otto. I definitely liked that video. And, yeah, that is crazy. That's even, a bit sadder now. But, man, like, I honestly, got hit once again, hit with a lot of information and a lot of learning stuff. I like how things keep getting brought up again, like, things like Kiana's story and like Kiana and like Himiko sacrifice, and like it kind of it ties in some things and adds to like an overarching like timeline, which is really cool. And then there's just a lot of lore and pretty cool stuff to this. Yeah, I really don't know how to. I really don't know how to feel about Otto, because I get so much stuff, like he did like these like experiments and atrocities and all this, but then like in the end, like the Valkyries won, and like that was part of his plan too, and like this was all to like help Callan survive again, and like he sacrificed himself, and like I'm very, very mixed right now. I mean, he seemed like the villain, still, but like just they're a little bit, complex, and there's just like there's layers to him as well. Like definitely did some bad things, and some things you can't really just cover up with oops or this is the reason, but man, at the end, it can still like. In some ways, you still feel for him a little bit. As crazy, but he sacrificed himself, so he's cooked now. Rip Otto. Hey man, that was really cool. Both of the things we watched. A lot of about Otto, and at least the last two videos I did, I think I may have already mentioned that, but like he was mentioned and like really shown as like the villain And he was like, this guy's a stooge, but there is more to the stooge and reason for the stoogery. And yeah, that was just really cool. I really like the story. I like how a lot of the characters have these like deep pasts and lores, and there's just a lot of thought into this, and it's really cool. I've really been liking this a lot. Yeah, just really cool to learn all this, even if I don't 100% know everything that's going on. I'm getting the gist, and it is just really cool. So that was only 2 videos. They're both a little bit longer. I think I'm gonna do one more that's a bit shorter for this one, but do not worry. We still have like damn near half a playlist to go, so there is still gonna be more of these videos coming out. But just really quickly, just to maybe like tease what's coming next. I don't know. Some stuff is related, some stuff is extra, sometimes it's not related. I don't know. I'm not sure this is gonna like tease into it, because you know how we got today. We had the Otto short, and then we had the Otto lore stuff. So we'll see what this is, and then next time see what happens. But there's a new concept trailer, Elysian Realm.
ようこそ高潔で純真な魂。あなたは過去を探求するために来た。しかし真実の礎石はすでに過去の土に埋もれている。ここはマッセ最後の楽土であり、失意者たちの墓地でもある。ここに存在しているのは少し興味を惹かれるようなお話だけ。遠い昔のこと、ヒーローになれなかった13人のお話。
Eden Sue.
この杯を広い天地に捧げましょう。
Toast. Here's
いつまでもこの瞬間が続きますように。この世界が黄金のごとく輝きますように。
Collapse in Sakura.
そこまでじゃ戦後。あの子はもう死んだのじゃ。これ以上殺しても何の意味もない。
殺しにもともと意味などないさ。だが彼らの死には意味がなきゃいけない。
Mobius and
死は
who?
命の終点じゃない。命は死によって進化し、神聖するの。
Like
そう
Fuha?。
私たちは人類とは何か再定義する。
I don't know. Kevin!
ヒーローが世界を
Kevin!
世界を救ったからヒーローと呼ばれるの。
しかし僕たちは知っている。この世界はもう救えないと。それでも僕たちはヒーローにならなければならない。
見て、彼らはあんなに誇らしげに生き、命で文明の昇華を奏でた。これは英傑と呼ばれた人々の話。
Flame.
13人の失意者が経験した未完の旅。けど来訪者、あなたの道は続いてる。そうでしょ。なら心のままに進みなさい。足跡をたどってあの火を追った旅を見届けるの。最後は死した者たちの墓を越え、私たちが作れなかった未来を作りなさい。
Ooh, okay. There were like numbers behind them in Roman numerals, and she called them the 13. So, were they like, do they got like a number, like Bleach Espada? I don't know, but that was interesting. That was a cool just called a concept trailer. I wonder what that was about. What is that, trailering some like concept? So the concept is being tried. But she said at the end there that like so the journey continues or something. Well, the journey will continue for me in watching Honkai videos next time. But that is going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was a cool one. Only really 3 videos, but and it's mainly the auto stuff, but you know, just the time everything took sometimes. I think this was a nice size video. We will be back. We will be back. Big Triz will be back. I once again I kind of just like quickly looking at some of these. There are a lot quicker ones like eventually. So like, you know, I once again don't know how many videos I am gonna get out of this, but I do plan on watching everything it has to offer. And yeah, I don't know if this is like, if these still like come out or something, or if they're still like making them over time, but I'm down to keep up with it. It's all, it's very cool, very cool. For now though, like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. Like or dislike, subscribe or don't subscribe, you know it's always up to you. I will see you guys in the next video you watch of me. Goodbye.